What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Vinny's Corner. I'm your host, Vinny. Got the whole gang here. My boy Kayla. We got Showtime. So it must be baseball season because we don't just got Cove tonight. We got Sandlot Cove.
Yeah.
So good evening, everybody. It's March, but spring training has started. So welcome to baseball season. Right, we're there.
Mm-hmm.
I've low-key been tuning into Yankee spring training every day. I can't even help it. Like I'm ready for baseball season.
Yeah, for sure.
Vin. I even get the Paul Skeens on the desk.
Oh shit!
You know, I love those. The bobbleheads, those are great. Yeah. The Funko Pops, those are really cool. So now with the Major League Baseball season weeks away, obviously there's another time of year, and it is time for the World Baseball Classic, right? And so I don't know if you guys heard, but did you guys hear that? Like, it was kind of awful. Did you guys see like the pre-WBC speech that Aaron Judge did?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, he's so not a speech guy. Like. Nobody was motivated.
It wasn't like he wasn't saying it in like an enthusiastic way. Like it was a nice message, but like he didn't seem like hyped up about it.
Yeah, like his energy when he spoke, it was kind of just
that's my point.
And this is what we just have to do. And you know, it was like, dude, where's the energy? Like you're supposed to be pumping people up. Yeah. It was kind of crazy. But I'm pretty excited about the World Baseball Classic. It just, for folks like ourselves who are fans of the sport, it just means a few more weeks of competitive baseball. And as we found out
internationally,
dude,
it helps to grow the game internationally for sure.
And one thing we know, right, is that like the guys who play, especially in the MLB, some of these guys obviously they play in Japan as well. Yeah. But one thing about these players, right, is that they love to represent their countries. So, it's going to be exciting. It starts tonight, right? Australia against China Taipei is the first game. Why don't we just kind of like jump right into the WBC stuff? Cove, I'm sure you got some questions lined up. So I'll turn it over to you, big guy.
Does the United States national baseball team have enough pitching to match its all-star lineup, or is that the one weakness that cost them the title?
Showtime's ready to answer this one.
I mean, on paper, look, they had a really good pitching staff, but then the Scooble news comes out, and that kind of puts a damper on everything. So, I mean, you still have Paul Skeens. He's like still like a top 2 or best pitcher in the game. So, I mean, it's better. It's better than it has been in past years. I will say that for sure. And the bullpen is pretty lights out. But like not having Scooble for the past the pool play is kind of a bummer.
Honestly, like I get it, but like. If the guy wants to represent his country, like it sucks. It sucks that this is where the line is, right?
Sure. Yeah. And I feel like people are like trying to put the blame on him, like saying he's not a country, like he doesn't represent the U.S. This is not just a decision he made on his own. He's a free agent. It's the start of the season. He's not ramped up. Like he's gonna make a lot of money. He can't risk getting hurt.
It's unfortunate. You're right. You're 100% right. It's what he has to
he has to be cautious. Exactly. And he said that if it was mid-season, he would fully do it, like whatever they wanted.
So okay, like now, if I'm not mistaken, that you guys can I guess correct me if I'm wrong. When the initial rankings came out for the WBC teams, wasn't the U.S. ranked like 3rd?
I would think.
I don't know where they're actually ranked.
I would think. I'm not sure about that.
I'm
I think-
curious. I feel like I heard that the U.S. wasn't the favorite, and like I guess I would think they would be, but then you
No.
also consider like a team like
Yeah,
Dominican
yeah.
Republic.
Yeah, Japan, and the
Japan.
Dominican Republic, and
Yep.
just completely.
Yeah, you
nasty.
consider Japan and DR, and you could see why, but I would still think they would be at least second.
Mhm.
It's kind of it's interesting. I think, to say the least. If you watch or if you look at like the rosters, like I'm a Yankees fan. I didn't know that Jazz Chisholm plays for Team Great Britain.
Yeah, because he's from Bahamas, so
Like what?
Yeah,
Is it-
it's when they start doing this at WBC. It's like, as long as you have nationality of some descent, like your grandparents, or
family.
something like that.
yeah.
Yeah, it's your parents or your grandparents.
Yeah.
You can literally play for another country.
Yo, the Japanese team isn't that big. Like, it doesn't have that many stars, but they're all they're all amazing.
Yeah, they
so
just
that's-
fundamentally sound, and they have the advantage of playing in their home stadium in Japan, and that Tokyo Dome goes crazy.
Yo, tell me why Riley O'Brien from the Cardinals is playing for Team Korea.
What? Yo, what?
Yo,
Korea?
hold on, I gotta go see what Riley O'Brien looks like. Maybe his mom is Korean or something like that. Because that just threw me off.
Oh,
Oh man.
yeah. When you look at these rosters, you'll see some players. You're like, what? Why?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Wait.
he's like, I guess like his name's O'Brien, but he looks more like I would say he looks more like Showtime than me.
Yeah,
Say it like that.
yeah. So, has Japan's national baseball team separated itself as the most complete team in the tournament, from fundamentals to bullpen depth to everything?
I would say so. Yeah, I would say so.
Mhm.
Yeah, just based off past success, I would say so because they have the most. What's it called? They won the most classics, so
Yeah,
and they play super fundamentally sound.
yeah. I mean, if you're gonna win, I think like Japan's gonna be the goal in their goal no matter what. It's just who's playing Japan.
What's the big the Japanese MLB? Nippon? Is that what it is?
Yeah,
NPB or
NPL.
something?
Yeah.
And then PB,
NPL.
Yeah. Okay. So NPB, right, because like one of the stats that you'll get, right, is they put the stat out there and they say like, oh, each team has this many Major League Baseball stars.
Yeah.
Well, for Japan, there's only a few, and then everyone else is a star.
Yeah,
in,
in Japan.
in their
Yeah,
league, which is
and-
like
Yeah.
They've been playing baseball since like super young.
top tier baseball. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
like
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
it's not like where like DR doesn't have like the Dominicans are not going to a league in DR to play professional baseball. Japan
Yep.
has like the next best league after us is in Japan.
Yep.
So yeah, they show up ready to go.
I'll pull an
That's
old one
good.
on for Vince though. Do you remember in '89, Mr. Baseball? Tom Selleck?
Dude, it's a good movie.
Yeah. I know it's a little before your times, guys, but yeah, Mr. Baseball was he gets
My mustache motivation.
Yeah. He goes from the United States to Japan to play in Japan ball. It was like, I think it was like our first real knowledgeable of Japan ball when we were kids.
Yeah, like at that time, it wasn't like the only thing I knew like about Japan in like the late 80s, early 90s was like professional wrestling.
Yeah.
No joke, right? Like because like Hogan came from like Japanese wrestling, right?
Yeah.
That's the only reason I
Yeah.
knew about it. But I didn't even like until that movie, I did not know about like Japanese professionals. It just wasn't like a thing in my mind. There was
Yeah.
America, and then that was it.
So
It was
is
also 6.
yeah. So is the Dominican Republican national baseball team finally balanced enough on the mound to support its powerful offense?
Yeah, I would say they have a really good pitching staff, or good enough, like compared to past years. because they have Christopher Sanchez. He was the National League Cy Young runner-up. So,
Mhm.
and then they have a bunch of they have Sandy Alcantara, they have Bayo, Severino. Pretty good bullpen. Mostly major league arms.
This
Um,
these are the two teams, like Dominican Republic and Japan are the two teams. Like, no offense to the United States, like if they can pull it off, great. But I have Dominican Republic playing Japan.
Yeah, because DR also has because their pool plays in Miami, they have the advantage of a kind of a home crowd there.
dude, they have a pretty. Yeah, I'm looking at their pitching squad right now. They have a pretty serious pitching squad, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, when Luis Severino is your worst starter, like you can get by with that.
Oh, dude, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, and they have so many other they just have they have 20 pitchers listed.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So the final one I have for the WBC is: would a semifinal appearance mean the growth of baseball in Canada if Canada national team makes a deep run?
I feel
Like,
like
I'm not
baseball is
really-
already big in Canada.
No, it's really not. It's actually not.
Really?
I've said that before. Yeah, like
I mean, not compared to hockey, I guess, but
no, quite honestly, in the last 25 years, and I'd say at least 15 of those, there was one MILB team in Canada. There's maybe two now. That's it.
but you guys you guys don't play it in the springtime when you play hockey in the spring too.
Oh no, it's played by youth, but I'm talking about like when it comes to like growth and whatnot. Any player from Canada, like myself, we would have to go down to the United States to train and get better. There's not much up here in Canada for it.
That makes sense.
So there is development stations all across Canada for baseball and whatnot, and there is growth for it because we do have a team that can be decent. Like, we don't have Freddie Freeman playing for us this year, right? In WBC. Like, when you look at our roster, it's really not that depth. Like, we got the
didn't Freeman play last year and then got hurt or something?
Yeah. So I've read that they're not playing with Freeman. So I mean, you get the Naylor brothers, right?
Yeah.
And that's really it. And so because Bo is basically going to be the captain for Team Canada. And you have Josh Naylor.
Josh.
No, I've heard Bo's going to be the captain.
Oh, Bo's the captain? Okay.
Bo's captain, and Josh is just going to be there.
Okay.
I mean, outfield, we have Tyler O'Neill, Denzel Clark, Jared Young. We don't have that really. We don't really have that deep of a. Our infield: Tyler Black, Matt Davidson, Adam Hall, Otto Lopez.
Yeah.
Abraham Toro. That's what
it's
we have.
Major leaguers, but it's no one that's like a stud. Pretty much.
It's compared to Team USA.
They're not. Yeah, they're definitely not a great team, the Canadian team, but might make a little bit of noise.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. What a semifinal? Because I don't think we're going to go that deep.
Yeah, I mean, advancing for pool play would be, an accomplishment for Canada, I would say.
It feels like just looking at the roster real quick, it feels like their best players are probably the Naylor brothers.
Yeah,
for sure.
Pretty much. Just because you're looking at that roster, right? It's not as deep as it used to be. In the early 2000s, 2010, you had more depth when it came to these rosters, but now it's not as in depth as you think it is.
Yo, I bet you, and I don't know these players, even though some of them could be in the league, but I bet you the Chinese Taipei team is nasty.
Yeah.
I bet you.
They kind of made some noise last year when they played in their home stadium. That stadium went fucking crazy.
All the players are from Taiwan.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, when I heard of Chinese Taipei,
no,
I'm like,
hold on. Chinese Taipei has an outfielder from the U.S., Stuart Fairchild.
That's pretty much it, huh?
Okay. All right. So real quick, before we jump into, because I know so the NFL, this was the next thing I wanted to just jump to.
Oh my!
We've got a couple of things here, right? So me and Cole were talking about this morning. We got the NHL trade deadline happening.
Yep.
We also just had the NFL tag deadline, franchise tag, or transition tag, I guess in some cases, just happened. So I just wanted to kind of touch on that real quick, because I know that there were a couple of bigger moves or things that didn't happen that some people were thinking about. Specifically, like Caleb, what were your thoughts on your team not tagging Walker? Why would they let Walker go to free agency?
I don't know, to be honest, and I don't think we're going to repeat this upcoming year. And they didn't tag Shaheed also.
Well, yeah. So wait, they didn't tag Shaheed either.
Nope.
He's going to free agency too as a possibility.
Yep.
Both unrestricted, right?
Yeah. So I don't know. What do you guys think? What is the logic there? Right? These were two explosive, dynamic pieces to their team.
Super Bowl MVP.
One of them was a staple in what their offense was built around.
Yep.
Why would they not? Why would they not even make a move?
I don't know.
It's a head scratcher for sure.
I just felt like they would make it put something out there to Walker.
Yeah, Walker at least. Yeah.
But
would it be because it's they'll do it, but maybe, just maybe, someone will offer him something that will make it less than what he's going after, so they can get a bargain out of this?
That's
I guess
the only logical explanation.
That's what their hope is, I'm sure, right? Is that he tests the waters and nobody offers him more or what he's looking for.
Yeah.
That's what they're hoping. But I don't know. I feel like in the last couple of years, the running back has shown its importance in such a big way again that I don't know. I feel like somebody is going to snatch him up.
Yeah, snatch him up. Yep.
I mean, maybe they think Charbonnet can take over the lead role, but you can't just let go of kind of.
Well, that's where Walker's looking.
Is that the thing?
Yeah. He's looking.
Is that the mindset? Charbonnet being healthy,
yeah,
because Walker wouldn't have shown up the way he did if Charbonnet didn't get hurt.
Yeah,
and they're well, we'll stick with what we knew. I just don't get it.
But Charbonnet isn't the explosive runner that Walker is. That's the thing.
That's what I'm like.
No, it's not. He is not explosive as Walker yet.
Look what the Lions just did, right? I'm not saying that Montgomery isn't awesome, but he is not the explosive weapon that Jahmyr Gibbs is.
Yeah.
So you keep the weapon, and maybe the other one you let walk. But to not even to let Walker go and just do Charbonnet, I don't know. I don't get it. To me, it doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't notice until I heard about Darnold, just Darnold alone. Darnold got a nice tax for winning the Super Bowl, but somebody went out there and figured out that he paid the league twice as much back in tax alone, just for the jock tax for winning that game.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened? I know what you're saying, but essentially it had to do with California.
Yeah,
and how
it's
they
because
tax.
just because they play in California.
Yeah. California is abusive in all ways of life.
I think they were going to pay him $145K for winning it, and then he had to pay $254K back.
Well, because so his earnings for that game, the taxes
they had him there for a week, right?
The taxes that he gets charged for his earnings for that game were greater than the bonus he would get for winning the Super Bowl.
Well, yeah, it's they said more so because of the amount of days. It's per day.
Per
day. So if he was only there for one day, it wouldn't have been that bad. But he was there for a week, so you got for 7 days. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm like, wow. I know they love having it in California, but that is such a heavily taxed state for athletes.
I don't get it, but
Not at all.
So, what do you think, Showtime? Were there any like big ones that stuck out to you, that things that did or did not happen?
out of based off tags, not really. I mean, Trey Hendrickson, he didn't get tagged. That's really wasn't a surprise.
You know, I wasn't really that surprised by any, you know, like too much. I'm still kind of waiting for like the real moves to happen. I feel like, right, like,
Yeah.
So if you were listening to the combine last week, right?
Yep.
The way that what's his name? What's the GM over in Philadelphia? Roseman?
Howie, yeah.
The way that he was talking about AJ Brown just tells me that he's going to deal him. He was talking him up like he's the best thing since sliced bread. I'm
But
like,
the thing
oh,
is,
he's
are they
definitely
gonna
about
ask
to
for
deal
too
this guy.
much? That's another question.
And
Yeah.
I think that AJ would be a great fit. I mean, everyone's been talking about it. I like the Patriots idea.
Mhm.
Look, he's a great wide receiver, but he's coming off a very, let's say, sketchy year, to be honest.
Yep.
Like you can't ask for too much after the year he had. So like I don't know.
Yeah.
But didn't he have 1,000 yards still?
No, he did, but the thing
Yeah,
is,
he can. He can. Yeah, no one's saying that. He can.
The issue is you have to now say, like, now he's got to prove that he's not a locker room distraction again.
yeah.
You know, I think that, and to me, like, I get it. Like, listen, if you point back to 2 years ago, you can say, hey, listen, we weren't perfect, but I was able to compartmentalize everything. We won a Super Bowl, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
But last year, it was just too much to deal with.
No, it was last year that the locker room issues came up and all the frustration with their offense and how his value was just
Hey, honey.
his value is just kind of weird right now.
Mm-hmm.
Not because of his talent, it's just a lot of question marks.
What about what do you guys think about Kyler Murray?
He should go to the Jets.
That's what happened.
He should go to
But I
the
mean,
Jets.
have the Jets really said they're done with Fields, or officially they're done with Fields?
I mean, they
The
have to
Jets
be.
can do anything but keep Fields.
Fields, like, listen, I'm sure he's a nice guy. He's just not an NFL quarterback.
No.
Mm-hmm. No, he can't for that.
Probably the
He
easiest
can't
way I
read
can
the
say that.
defense at all.
Like I heard one guy talking about today about what if the Vikings made a play for Kyler Murray, and I'm like,
That would make that would
don't-
make sense.
That would make no
Bring
sense because they're on the recording.
thing from
That would make no sense, man.
I mean, I wasn't surprised at all. After once I saw Jacoby Brissett play with the same offense, I was like, oh, they're definitely getting rid of Murray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, like,
Yep.
another guy just shows up and he just knows how to completely operate the same offense that you just run terribly. Like, you know, kind of a no-brainer.
I mean, look, Kyler was a pretty good quarterback before the ACL tear, but the ACL
Yeah,
tear
before,
took away
yeah,
from his
yeah.
athleticism. So, and we already know his off the field issues.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oscar.
Now, listen, just because you said the ACL tear, we live in a world where Daniel Jones has ruptured his Achilles and tore his ACL a season or 2 seasons before that. And he's still about to negotiate that he gets paid another $40 million a year.
Yeah.
What? I don't. I'm really confused about the whole thing there. Like, I get it. Maybe like if he's healthy, he can work with the offense and like. But I don't know. Like,
yeah.
how do you roll the dice on a guy who's like his whole leg has been reconstructed more than once?
Yep.
Like, I just don't know.
Yeah, they're just
You
Richardson. They won't give him a shot. He's not ever gonna play for the Colts again. So, you know, they just went with the guy that they were familiar with, even if it, you know, there's a price tag to it.
All right, last question for you guys for the NFL stuff. Actually, Cove might have some NFL questions too.
All right.
But here's one. So another rumor, another idea that's been getting floated out there is that, and actually it was confirmed by the Jets brass that they would reach out to the Las Vegas Raiders about the number 1 overall pick.
What?
What? I haven't heard about that at all. What the?
Bro, they
I have
literally talked about it on ESPN this morning.
What?
They talked about it on ESPN on
The Raiders would be
this
gone.
morning.
Oh my
Raiders
God.
And so they said, they were like, listen, they don't expect that the Raiders, they expect that the Raiders are locked in, but that they said that they still will reach out because the Jets have 6 first-round picks. Like the Jets could make an asinine offer.
Oh yeah. They could.
Yeah.
Huge.
You
Hey,
know,
Would that
is-
even make
Would this
sense?
be because of Dakota? Like
Hold on.
because he said he's not going to play for the Jets? Like, you think that's what's altering this to them trading for this? Dr. Mendoza?
I don't know. I don't know, but I heard it. And I was just curious if anyone else had heard that because they were talking about it this morning, and I was like, what? Like, I get the idea, but if the Raiders, like, I feel like the Raiders are like, they know, like, we have to draft this kid. Like, I think honestly, I don't even think Mendoza's going to do that
because
good.
like behind Mendoza, there's not that much of a deep of a talent
There's
against
nothing.
Mendoza.
There's nothing. Ty Simpson.
Ty Simpson. Who wants
Another Alabama quarterback that's just going to go into the system for nothing. Like,
Oh, they were talking. I heard somebody saying the Rams should pick him up and sit him behind Stafford.
The Rams should draft
Oh,
a
wow.
developmental quarterback, if anything.
But the Rams are trying to win right now with Stafford.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they should go draft
Exactly.
something that can help them win right now with
Yeah,
Stafford.
you don't do that first round. No way.
No way. No, definitely.
If you could get Simpson later in the draft, but I wouldn't take him in the first round. That would be crazy.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
yeah, tell me the last Alabama quarterback that did well.
I mean, Tua before his brain
Too much.
into mush.
Jalen Hurts, man, right?
Oh,
I don't know.
yeah.
He played Alabama, Oklahoma. Yep.
He did for a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
But when I think of Alabama quarterbacks, I still think of Tua first.
Yep, for sure.
Yep.
So I don't know. All right, Cove, did you have any questions on the NFL?
Yeah. This would be an interesting one. What position group this year shows the biggest gap between tag value and true market value?
Tag value.
Oh my God.
Wow, that's a
That's
okay. So if we were gonna do this like this exercise, I feel like we almost have to start running through positions, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So like, what's the market? So the tag value on a receiver is $38.5 million this season.
Yeah.
Market value
Yeah.
for a receiver one is like what? 40,
40-ish.
42.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what do you think? I feel like everyone's overpaid, but
Yeah, I mean everyone's getting big contracts, so it's really
Yeah.
hard to say I would like,
Exactly. Yeah.
like for the fact, okay, a 53-man roster, right? Just as like an example, okay. So let's look at this past season, and I don't know if these numbers are 100%, but we know that Dak makes $16 million a year, give or take, right?
Yeah. Well, look, you
Yeah.
got Lamar, May, Stafford, Mayfield, Dix, Darnold, Caleb, Stroud. Like, you pretty much have every quarterback making like
Over
Daniel
50
Jones.
million a year,
Yeah, Daniel Jones is even making $43 million a year.
right?
so
And
40
so
plus for quarterbacks.
So right, so that's like 20%, or that's like a fifth of like their whole budget
Yeah.
for the year. That's their whole cap, right? On one player, and then they have 52 other guys that they have to pay from the rest of them. So
Yeah,
like,
and then your running backs running about high. The highest is Gibbs with like a $20 million contract.
I feel like quarterbacks have to be overvalued at some
Mhm.
level.
I think they
Definitely.
are. Yeah.
Guys like
Yeah.
Daniel Jones is making $43 million a year.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Kirk
Yeah,
Cousins,
exactly.
like, bro, if Kyler Murray doesn't play at all next season, he's guaranteed something like $36 million.
Oh, just because you brought up Cousins. Where's Cousins going now that he was cut from the Falcons?
Oh, that's the
Could
juicy
he go
one.
back to Minnesota
Yes.
and mentor JJ McCarthy? I don't know.
That to me, that's the best move he could make. Just go back to Minnesota, finish his career there. He knows he'll
Kevin
do
O'Connell.
fine there.
Yeah.
You know, he knows he'll get some playing time because JJ is clearly not fucking ready to do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, not really, definitely.
Take him under your belt, you know, try to help him develop for sure.
Yeah, help them develop. Yep.
I mean, like that would actually like. I think a lot of people would look at like if JJ ended up having the high arc that like people think his career could when he was drafted, and it happened after spending a season or two under the wing of Kirk Cousins,
Yeah.
like people would look at Kirk totally different when he retired.
Yeah.
He wouldn't just be a swindler who got the big bag.
Nope.
So,
Mhm.
And the Minnesota fans love him. So.
I mean, he did good there. I'm sure Jefferson would be happy.
For sure.
Oh my god, dude. Are you a cockpit?
Like I felt really bad for him for the 2025 season. Like it was almost like unfair.
He's a top 3 receiver, and he didn't even have top 3 receiver production.
Bro, he didn't have top 10 production.
Not even top
Yeah,
10.
that top 10 production, yep.
It was pretty much.
Oh, what else you got, Cole?
For football,
I mean, we can always move on.
Yeah.
Well, we can move on because the trade deadline of NHL is already
NHL.
in effect.
Right.
So was that today or is it tomorrow?
No, it's on the 6th, but the trades are coming
Two
through
days.
right now. There's already been 3 trades today. alone.
Okay, what we got?
So we got Nick Blackenberg going to Colorado, and Nashville gets a 5th round pick in 2027. The big one that just came through tonight, not too long ago, was Mackenzie Weegar to Utah Mammoth for Ollie Mata, Jonathan Saga, the 2026 second round picks and future considerations. And Colton Dock and Jason Dixon going to the Edmonton Oilers for Andrew Margipane, conditional 2027 first round pick and future considerations going to Chicago Blackhawks. That's all was happened within the last, I'd say 30 minutes.
Wow.
In the last 30 minutes, he just said.
Wow.
Yeah, because 9:40, 9:43, and 9:58 p.m. they just went down in my time zone. So not even within the last hour, 3 trades.
And you got pending approval. You got Colton Parayko to the Sabres.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's a
These
lot,
are just the official ones right now.
Yeah, I'm running down the list right now and just looking at them all.
There was a few more, a couple days in the last few days, but they were just minor little, trades and whatnot. So when it comes to this one, I got a couple questions for that one. So, should the Montreal Canadiens push for a playoff spot now, or protect their long-term rebuild, even if they're close in the standings?
That's kind of tough. They're still like really in it at this point. You know what I mean? They have 33 wins. They're like a 4th place team right now. They're like on the, they're on the cusp. I don't know. I'm not sure. Are
they gonna really trade to get a rental to get them in the playoffs, or are they just gonna protect and not really make a move and wait till the offseason?
I think they should wait till the offseason. That's what I feel like would be the smartest, because right now I don't think there's any clear-cut, obvious move for them to make that's going to make them suddenly a clear favorite.
Mm-hmm.
So it might get them in the playoffs, but what's the value of that? Like if they get in and they're a first round exit and then they've given up value that they could have used to build a team later.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I would wait if I'm them. I don't think they're good enough that they like one piece. There's no one piece they can go get that's going to make them a real Stanley Cup contender.
Mm-hmm.
So if the Colorado Avalanche make a move, does it need to be a top 4 defenseman or a secondary scorer to truly impact the playoff series?
So specifically for that team, right? And a lot of cases it can be different. But for
Towers
them,
went out. Towers is out with an injury, so they needed defensemen. I know they lost a few forwards recently. So
yeah,
and if you look at their this team by December 31st had like 4 losses, and now they have like 17. So there's a huge difference in this team in the last 2
injuries.
months.
Yeah, the injuries happen bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like. It's always a tough thing, right? If you
I
need
feel like they
everything.
do need a rental, though. I think they do need a player to jump in and fill that hole and kind of stop that flooding, because this is what I've been telling you guys before when we were talking about the 60-win teams. I'm like, Colorado's look, if they keep going on the way they're going right now, they're going to end up being a first-round exit.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
No argument there, but here's my thing, right? Okay. So let's say the Canadians were to throw in right now and make a move. Just out of the East right now, right? We're looking at the Islanders, the Penguins, the Panthers, or not the Panthers, the Hurricanes. Panthers are trash.
Yeah, they need a.
But
It's
the
not
Lightning,
good.
the Sabres, and the Red Wings. So there's a lot of teams there that you could argue are as good or better right now than that team. So like where they might be able to slow down, or I just don't feel like right when you have 3 and 4 injuries, adding one piece will like slow things down a little bit for you, but it's not going to fix it, right? I just feel like they need to get healthy. First half of the season, they played amazing. Now they've got a defenseman out, 2 forwards, as you were just saying, right? So now they have 3 key players out. And as that's happened over the last several weeks, the team has progressively suffered in performance. So,
Now, the 2 biggest ones that I feel, because I'm huge on goaltenders and tendies moving themselves, right? But I've heard massive rumors about Sergei Bobrovsky being moved and Jordan Binnington.
And Bennington.
He should go.
And Binnington.
Well, okay. Where would you, Dan? The Knicks lost to the OKC 103-100. Just so you guys know. The only reason I'm actually frustrated is because I placed a bet on them, because I was like, you know what, my Knicks got this tonight. I know that.
Oh yeah.
Why would you not think that? Because they just beat the Spurs.
Yeah.
Bro, like they were at home. I thought my guys were going to do their thing at home. They did not. Anyway,
they're riding the momentum off of beating the hottest team in the NBA.
All right. So back to the goalies thing here, right? Oh, this is crazy. All my bets lost today. Look at this. So Binnington and Bobrovsky, you say. Now, I guess here's my question to you, Cole. Where would Bobrovsky go? And why would Florida, after the last several years, in the middle of a season.
I get it. Like, it's a bad year for sure. It's just it was injury riddled before the season even started, so it's pretty much a wash before it even starts.
Yeah.
And they were back-to-back champs before that, so it's like you don't want to overreact too much, but like he's had a very bad year.
Yeah, he went to 3 straight Stanley Cups, one wins back to back, and now it's just. And I believe he's in a free agency as
Yeah.
of
So it's like,
because they've talked about trade and resign in the summertime. Because they don't feel like they're
Oh.
going to make a run with him, so they're going to let
Well,
him.
I guess if he's coming up on free agency, maybe they're thinking it's time to start fresh.
yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
There's the aspect of looking fresh, but I've read a lot of saying more of a trade and resign. Let him go, and then he will come back next season.
Yeah,
and
that
start
could be a
fresh.
possibility for sure.
He's a rental for somebody to give him another ring. Because I just don't think Florida might just feel like they're not going to repeat this year, so they're going to give Bobrovsky the best chance to let's go play for somebody else and see how far he can go with them.
Now here's another question: does the team that trade for him, do they extend him? Like,
Yeah,
do you
that's
trade for him as just a rental, or
that's
do
the
you-
biggest worry you got to worry about. Will they, or maybe there's a deal set in place to say, hey, we talked to Bob, and he's willing to go over there. Yeah, you can extend him if you want, but in the summertime, we'll trade you this guy for that guy, and maybe there's the side deal that they have made to make this happen. Some teams do this to move contracts.
It would be interesting to see.
Yeah.
But that's if he doesn't do an automatic trade to resign with an extension.
Right.
I mean,
But
if
Bennington-
I'm any other team and like, right, if I'm a goalie needy team and we get him in the building, I'm telling him like up day one, like, listen, these are the markers, like, these are our milestones. Once we get past round 1, it's this bonus. If we get to round 2 of the playoffs, we'd like to offer you an extension immediately. I'm just, you know what I mean? Like, I'm building the language in up front. Like, I'm not letting him leave.
No.
Yeah, but also you got to remember, Bobrovsky is 38 next year.
I understand, but if you're a goalie needy team and you can say, so say he's going to be 38. Okay, so if you're banking on this just being an off season for him, then you extend him for 2 years. And while that's out there, then you can work on rebuilding from that point.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, if you compare Bobrovsky to the league, how many other guys are up there with him other than Vasilevsky?
I mean,
There's not many.
broken now.
They're all younger. Like I'm looking at the list right now. Like he's 36. He's 37, almost 38.
Yeah, those guys are about to retire.
Yeah, like a lot of these other guys are between 30 and 34. These guys are 4 or 5 years younger than Bobrovsky.
Makes sense.
So it's just more of an aging game because when you look at guys that are available, like coming on to free agent next year, you have like Frederick Anderson, and a lot of people don't have a lot of faith in Frederick Anderson at 37. Jonathan Quick is 40. Stuart Skinner is 20. He's 28. Cam Talbot is 38. Who else is up there? James Ramier is 37. Riddick's 34. So like a lot of these goalies are getting up there in age.
I mean,
And
league's
compared
ready
to
for new
what's-
blood.
Yeah, now the core of NHL goalies are between 26 and 30. That's where we're
That
at
would make
now.
sense, right? Peak
Yeah.
athleticism.
So I mean, for veteranness for like Bennington, like I don't know who would really use Bobrovsky as a playoff because they're not going to give him to an Eastern Conference team for sure. He does have a no trade clause, but his list has 16. So I'm like, so he's probably putting the top 16 teams that are in the playoffs right now on that list. So if he wants to get into the playoffs,
If you're looking to move Bennington, now is low key a premium time to do it because he just, as usual, put on a show for Team Canada. You know
Now,
what I mean?
what-
So,
but-
like,
here's a crazy one, and this is not because I talk about Minnesota a lot, but I heard Jesse Wall Street to Minnesota for Bobrovsky as a rumor. Then Minnesota takes on Bobrovsky for the playoffs.
I mean, the thing is, do you trust Bobrovsky to turn his season around? Like, honestly,
That's my question. Is
Like,
I feel like
I
you
think
feel
that
like-
Minnesota
the reason
team.
Bob is having a bad season is because of the team around him, and it's not.
yeah,
him?
like it's like the team was pretty much deflated as soon as the season started, and
Yeah,
maybe that's
so-
why he's not playing good, or is he just regressing? Like, who knows?
I think I watched Bobrovsky for years when he played for Columbus and whatnot, and same idea. Like, you wouldn't think when he was in Columbus, you're looking at him playing, you're like, oh man, this guy's never gonna win a Stanley Cup, and then he wins back to back and plays in
Right.
3 straight. So it's like, I think it is the system. Like, it's just where Florida's depleted, and Minnesota is built to win right now. If you look at their team, how strong they are. You put Bobrovsky on that Minnesota team, they are a huge threat to the Western side.
Yeah, I took Minnesota yesterday against Tampa Bay.
Mhm.
They were the underdog, and they cooked Tampa Bay.
Yeah,
Oh my god!
yeah, that's what I'm saying. You put Minnesota right now with put Bobrovsky back there and whatnot for the playoffs. Oh god, this team is going to be the
Yeah, because he's had some really big playoff performances. So
yeah, like this guy just likes to play in the playoffs, and he just knows how to play.
I
in
mean,
the
he's
playoffs.
had bad games in the playoffs, but he's had more good than bad.
Yeah,
For
Oh, yeah.
sure.
what was it when the first Stanley Cup he won, and the 3
Mhm.
games, and all of a sudden he just took a day off, took a breather, and
Yeah, I
And all of a
remember.
sudden
I
still on
remember
his head.
that. Yep.
then next year when Oilers tried to take him again, he was like, nope,
Yep.
not gonna happen, not gonna happen. So
Last
yeah,
year was
Bobrovsky
insane.
can
And some
can
saves
take a
that
day.
I've seen from him are just fucking insane.
The save against Tampa last year was just it's still filthy. It's no matter what way you look at it.
He has some great plays every year. I mean, he's the only goalie to this date. Like you know what like you can go to YouTube and type in the bobbery instead of the robbery, and
Yeah,
literally like an
Yeah.
actual save comes up, and he's
Right.
not even looking. He's got his back turned to the freaking fence. The craziest save I've ever seen in my
I
life.
remember that one final in the Stanley. He was like, it was a crazy ass save. I don't remember what it was, but it was like out of nowhere. I'm like, how did he save that?
Yeah. Oh yeah. So the Bobrovsky is now legend ever since he's done it. But which team risks setting itself back years by overpaying at this deadline? Like, who's going to make a trade that's going to really screw up the franchise?
Hopefully not the Islanders.
I don't think the Islanders really need to move at the moment. Where I think the Islanders are sitting happily.
I think
where
they're in
they're
a good
at.
place.
Yes. I mean, I've seen like the Blues are making a lot of moves right now. Like Thomas might move. They made a few moves right now, so like that might be for the future for them. The Rangers definitely need to do something. I know they lost Panarin and whatnot, and we talked about Kreider. So these the Rangers need to pick. I think the Rangers need to move somebody else to fix whatever's going on there, because they're what? The Rangers are the worst team in the Eastern Conference right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're terrible. Yo, listen, guys, give me like 2 minutes. I gotta pop off screen for a second. All right, you guys just keep doing your thing.
Okay.
So I don't know. The Oilers look like they might be trying to move something to they are like looking at a playoff spot, but they're looking at a low playoff spot.
I mean, they still have McDavid, so McDavid, can he just carry that team? Who knows?
Well, the Mammoth made a huge move by getting Mackenzie Weegar, and they are sitting at 68 points, tied with the Oilers for 7th and 8th right now. So that's what I mean. Like, so they're fighting Utah right now to not play the Avalanche.
Right.
So that's where you're looking. That's why I'm looking at these trades. Like where do you want to get yourself out of? And the Oilers and the Wild are Oilers and the Mammoth definitely want to get themselves away from the Avalanche first round, or it might be because, like we were saying about the digression of the Avalanche, that it could be a safe bet for the Oilers or Utah to play the Avalanche.
Right.
Because really, like the top three teams are always going to be Avalanche, Stars, Wild.
Yeah,
I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. And that puts,
you would think the Knights would be better, and maybe they can make a run, but who knows?
yeah, I know it's. I'm surprised they took them this long to get 40 wins. Like the Avalanche,
Right.
where they were.
Yeah, no, it just seems like they have a stacked roster, and they're kind of just underperforming. They're kind of just hovering and hovering.
They still got a 14-point lead on the Western Conference.
Yeah.
Still, and they still have an 11-point lead on the Lightning. 10 to 11-point for the President's Trophy.
Right.
So Lightning, the Hurricanes are, I don't know about the Hurricanes. I really don't know. I don't like them at the number one right now. I just don't like their positioning. It just because the Eastern Conference Finals keeps coming out with these boys, and you don't want to be a number one because you're gonna hope that they make it that far, and then they're just gonna fall apart. That gives whoever plays them the bye to the Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
It's like you get the Carolina Panthers, Carolina Hurricanes in the Eastern Conference Final. Whoever plays them, it could be the fucking Rangers, and the Rangers would be like, "Okay, we're going to the finals." Like, you can't take away that from like teams because it's just until I wouldn't be surprised. I would put money on it if the Hurricanes make it to the Eastern Conference Final. I'm definitely putting money on them to lose. It's just sorry, boys. I'm just put my money on you to lose every game. Like, oh my god! But when it comes to free agency, I don't know. They're being very like quiet about a lot of the moves. It seems like they just come out of nowheres. Like some of these, like that trade with Mackenzie Weegar, like it was Detroit was looking at him, and other teams were looking at him, and then bam, he goes where he goes. It was like what? Like so, some of these trades are just being like. I think a lot of the trades that are coming on Saturday are going to be. I think a lot are going to surprise you. I think it's more or less because just like we talk about everybody else, like having a deep draft. I think the NHL draft this year is deep too. I'm not sold on Gavin McKinnon being number one, but
Right.
I mean, because he got away with that.
Shit, get him to the Panthers. I'll shut up.
Oh fuck! Who's got number one anyway? Like
That's a good question. I have no clue.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because we still gotta wait for the bottom 16 to roll out to see who will possibly like. Fuck! Watch San Jose gets number one again. Have a run like the Edmonton Oilers did for like 4 or 5 seasons when Oilers kept cashing in number one. I mean, if I look at the standings right now, the Panthers are good. Man. Panthers come back and get a number one draft pick. Like that'd be insane.
That would be crazy. That would really help them for a retool next year.
Yeah. But the Rangers have the best.
You get your captain's back healthy. So I mean that's always a positive.
Well, I'll ask Vinny this one because he just popped back. Do you think the Rangers are going to really tank to try to get the number one over the Canucks?
Wait, what do we mean? Are they going to try and really tank? Have you watched them play hockey?
Well,
dude,
okay. They still have a 10-point lead on the Canucks for points. So the Canucks will ultimately be in a good chance to get to number one.
Dude,
with Calgary and the Blues. Calgary, the Blues, and the Flames have the next best chances of getting the number one draft pick. This is the bottom 5 teams, right?
Dude, until you just said the Canucks, I had no idea there was a team in the league that had less than 20 wins.
Yeah, it's the Vancouver Canucks. Yeah.
Dude, I didn't even realize they were that bad.
As soon as they got rid of Quinn Hughes, it just depleted their defense. And
Why did they even do that?
It was just a rebuild for them because there's even talking about Pedersen being traded too from the Canucks.
You know, the Canucks are a team that I feel like are supposed to be good at hockey, and they're just never are.
They were a good 10, 15 years ago, yeah.
When they had the cool jerseys.
The jerseys haven't changed, really.
The black jerseys.
Oh, that was like 90s. That was like
those were the cool jerseys.
That was when Bure played for them. Like, yes, those ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. So ever since they brought the new ones, they haven't really had success. So, but I don't know. The Canucks look like they're going to try to go for number one. That's why they moved Quinn Hughes, and I think they're trying to get that number one draft pick. Which we were just talking about, like where it's Gavin McKenna, which I don't know if I trust this kid to be a number one.
You know, here's my thing, right? I didn't always believe in this, but and I don't know if it's just the addition of one player, but if you look at the Islanders this season, after just like a good draft, you know what I mean? Like it feels like the right player. You know, the Rangers could be right back in it next year.
Yeah, but Schaefer was that player. Like the player that
Schaefer was him.
It's not. He's no different than what he was now to what he was in the juniors. But Gavin McKenna he's kind of like a superstar at the moment. Like people got a lot of hype about this kid. The kid's got great stats. Don't get me wrong, but I think there's a lot more popularity to this kid than there is skill. It's like when you guys got Lafreniere. Same idea. You know, there was way too much hype around Lafreniere, and then you've seen what happened with him.
You know, I think like it'll be interesting to see. Now, can they like in the like can they do they operate this draft the same as like can they like trade up draft positions and stuff like that?
Yes.
Okay.
It's
I'm like, I feel like I should know this, but I've never really watched the draft. Like,
and it's a lottery, right? Like it's not just
it's a huge lottery. So that's why I was saying about them, the bottom 5 teams, right? So once they get the playoffs, they have the last 16 teams. Then they have a lottery, and then by a succession of numbers, they can get the chance to get it. But usually is the worst team has the best chance. They have a 5-1 or a 4-1 ratio to win.
So it's like the NBA.
Pretty much, right?
But that's only factors one factor about it, because you could be the worst team, but you're still got to get your lottery numbers in a row to get it. So stuff like that. So like that's what I'm saying about what would happen if the Sharks get another number 1 draft pick. It'd be crazy because Sharks have already they got Macklin 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Connor Bedard was in 2023. Slafkovsky was in 2022. Owen Powers in 2020. Lafreniere in 2020.
They got a player like if they could get, I feel like what player, what position would you say would be the best if they could get like something electric for San Jose? Like where would you see it being front? Like, are you thinking like a defender? What are you thinking?
I'm thinking for San Jose, they need a defender. They've got they have Misa. They have quite a few. They drafted really well by retooling this San Jose offense, and I think a defense is where they really need to pick up on it or a goalie. It's defensive or a goalie, because I'll ask you right now. Anybody, if you can Google it, Try to pronounce the Sharks goaltender's last name.
I wouldn't know.
Hold on. San Jose, where are you at? Where are the Sharks at? There they are.
It's a great question.
Roster. Where's the goaltender? Right wing.
Let me guess. The goaltender is really bad.
This looks like an easy name to pronounce.
Yeah.
Yaroslav Askarov? That one?
That no, there's another one there.
Or they got Alex Nedeljkovic.
Yeah, that's what I was
And then
going
they've got
with.
Justin
Nedeljkovic.
Kowalkowski. Three of their players have like 25 letter names. Three of their goalies.
Yeah,
Long ass names.
that's what I'm saying. Like, try to get their Kowalski. You can say his name, but Nedeljkovic or whatever. It's like Jesus, like roll off the tongue. Like, I mean, that's why you have these announcers pronounce these names like crazy because it's like, yeah.
Yeah, it says he's from Ohio. Okay. In my head, I was just thinking this guy was from like Serbia.
Yeah.
I thought he was from Serbia, but he's just really from Ohio.
Yeah. You're just like, what is that? Yeah, it's an Ohio name. You're like, really?
There you go.
Yeah. But yeah, so I don't know. I feel like Rangers need to make some moves. I think the Rangers are gonna chase number one. I think that's why when Hughes left Vancouver, they're chasing number one. The Flames, they've moved on from Uyghur because they're chasing number one. So sometimes there is a chase in the NHL when it comes to that, or in drafting wise.
It sounds like it's kind of just like any other, but it's really a matter of whether or not they.
It sounds like it, but
player.
where I'm getting at is it sounds like it, but this usually doesn't happen. Usually by now we have a consensus number one. When Connor Bedard was going to go to the Blackhawks, by now we knew he was going to be a Blackhawk. By now we knew Celebrini was going to be a San Jose Shark. But by now in 2026, we don't know where McKenna is going to go. Like we have no idea where he's going.
Okay.
That's what I mean. Like this year, first time in the last few years, we did not know where really the number one is going. We know who was going to be number one, but we don't know where he's going.
We know next. Real quick question. So for next week, or actually, here's what I'm going to throw out to you guys. It's about that time of day, so we're going to be wrapping it up here in a second, ladies and gentlemen. For next week, this is what you got to try and do. You got to try and pull. You got to see if you can put together what you think is a probable top three order for the NHL for the lottery.
Mm-hmm.
That's Cove's assignment. Then we got draft selection coming up, so we need Showtime to come with his updated NCAA March Madness power rankings.
Okay.
And then me and Caleb will bring our friendly personalities, and we'll go from there.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. I'll see you guys next week. Everybody, thank you for tuning in to Vinny's Corner. As always, fellas, it's been a pleasure.
Yeah.